Welcome to a new segment I'm calling, yeah, I could put concrete in that. Come with me, I'll tell you all about it. It's a boot tray. If you're anything like me, after you poured your first concrete mold, you saw everything in a different light. For instance, you're walking through the dollar store, you see a candy tray sitting there, and you look at it and you're like, I'm pretty sure that I can put concrete in this. So that's what this new segment's gonna be all about. Putting concrete in the most ridiculous things and maybe make something cool out of it. Like a boot tray. Let's see what we can come up with. All right, to start, spray your boot tray down with WD-40. Let's talk about what we're using today. All right, so for this project, we're gonna use the Rapid Set Mortar Mix as per usual, in tandem with the flow control to get that pancake batter consistency. Filled my bucket up with 5 quarts of water. On this project, we're gonna add the Quikrete charcoal colorant. 1 whole bottle to 1 bag of product. Now, before we go any further, I want to talk about a comment that I get almost every day, and that is, hey, I know this stuff is called Rapid Set for a reason, but this stuff is still setting up on me way quicker than I imagined. Guys, the set control will buy you 15 to 20 minutes per baggie. You can do 4 of these baggies per 1 bag of product. You could essentially buy yourself a little over an hour of working time if you wanted to. Now, for this project, I'm only doing 1 bag of product. I really don't need it, but I am gonna use it today to prove a point. But if you have a project that's like 2, 3, 4 bags or more, definitely use the set control. But now that I've got my water in here, this is where I'd wanna add in the set control to get a more consistent mix. But again, I'm not going to right now to prove a point. All right, we got a good consistent mix, about a peanut butter consistency. I want pancake batter consistency. So let's add in our flow control. All right, let's pause there for a second. Put that aside. Let's add some set control. And we'll pour that into a vessel. Now let's pour a project. Ugh. Now, another comment that I get quite a bit is, why do I always use the mortar mix instead of, say, the concrete mix, which is cheaper? And don't get me wrong, you can use the concrete mix. But I find for most projects that the mortar mix is so much easier to work with, and it's easier to tamp out the bubbles, whereas, say, concrete mix, it's so much harder to tamp out all the bubbles and get rid of all the voids because of that bigger aggregate that's inside there. You can use the Cementol, which I have done in the past, which is fine. It's just a little bit more expensive. And sets up a lot quicker. Oh, speaking of which, here's our little test subjects. Should have labeled them A and B, I don't know, whatever. But another thing you gotta keep in mind with mortar mix, goes from a 1/2 inch to 6 inches thick. Concrete mix has to be, at the very minimum, 2 inches thick. Which, why make your top 2 inches thick if you don't have to? So, we're gonna let that cook, so enjoy this time lapse while we wait for that. Hard as a rock. With set control, still squishy. Still squishy. Thanks, set control. Use the set control when you need more time. It's actually still pretty hot. Damn. Paperweight. All right. So now we're left with this embossment, but that's not the fun part. Let's mix up some more mortar mix, only we're not coloring it this time. No flow control this time. All right, now we're just gonna let that set up and we'll come back to this. All right, been a little bit over an hour. Now we're just going to skim the top with this rough diamond blade. For more details on how to polish a concrete countertop, just watch my video, how to polish a concrete countertop. I'll leave a link right here for you. Also, link down below for everything I'm using in this video. Now, switching over to polishing pads. Doesn't that look so cool? I have absolutely no idea what you would use this for, but that's up for you to figure out. But I can't take any credit on this idea. This idea came from a very good friend of mine, Luciano Jimenez. I actually get a lot of ideas from him. We like to bounce ideas off of each other, even though I'm not even half as talented as him. But can you imagine how cool and how much this is going to pop if we seal this with like an epoxy-based sealer? Oh yeah! And that's what happens when you put concrete in ridiculous things. Don't forget the benefits of using the mortar mix, especially in tandem with the second Trowel. Do not forget, especially on really large products or detailed projects. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like our new fun little series, leave a comment. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of ridiculous things I can put concrete in. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I promise you won't regret it. I'll see you in the next one. What am I gonna do with this thing?